McGinley probably felt very, very uncomfortable about the things he was seeing happen there. And this is a kind of guy who would want to protect himself.
An interesting speech. It was more like a stern talking to than a speech. Biden warned us about threats to democracy, including the decline of American journalism.
Trump's team is crumbling faster than a sandcastle in a hurricane. Poor William McGinley thought he'd scored the job of a lifetime as the big cheese lawyer for the Digital Operations Agency. Spoiler alert, he lasted about as long as a snowman in Florida. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. 3 days, folks. That's how long it took for McGinley to nope out of there. It's like he walked into Trump's office, saw the circus, and said, yeah, I'm gonna head out. Who's taking bets on how long the next sucker?
William McGinley, Donald Trump sent this message saying, this guy's gonna be the main lawyer of Doge. Well, he's gone.
The seas will rise over the next 400 years, 1/8 of an inch, you know. Which means basically you have a little more beachfront property, okay?
I mean, lawyer will last. Alright folks, let's talk about Trump's legal team. It's like watching a game of musical chairs, but instead of fun, it's just sad and kind of funny. You know how Trump always brags about hiring the best people? Well, it seems like these best people have a funny way of showing it, by running away faster than Trump can tweet fake news. Now, you'd think being Trump's lawyer would be a dream job, right? All that prestige, power, and wait, what's that sound? Oh, it's just another lawyer packing up their desk and heading for the hills. Turns out being on Trump's legal team is about as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. These lawyers are dropping like flies, and it's getting hard to keep track.
He lasted, what, half of a Scaramucci? Look, better than Vivek Ramaswamy, who got forced out of Doge, the other supposed leader.
We'll take a look at TikTok.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok.
We're not doing anything with TikTok.
Joe Biden is responsible for banning TikTok.
Remember Joe Tacopina? He was one of Trump's top lawyers, but he suddenly left the team citing personal reasons. Now, I don't know about you, but personal reasons in Trump speak usually means I'd rather stick my head in a blender than deal with this circus for another day. And get this, Tacopina bailed right before a big trial. Talk about timing, huh? But wait, there's more. Trump's not just losing lawyers, he's losing them in style. It's like he's trying to set some kind of world record for the fastest lawyer turnover. At this point, being Trump's lawyer is starting to look less like a job and more like a really intense game of hot potato. You know what's really wild? This whole legal team chaos isn't normal, like at all. Most presidents have legal teams that stick around longer than a carton of milk. But Trump, his legal team has more drama than a soap opera. It's like he's running a revolving door instead of a legal defense.
Trump saw the Expendables 3 on his plane last night and is like, I need those guys to help.
It was Elon Musk and Vivek. Vivek got pushed out. Vivek lasted negative Scaramucci's. He didn't even make it through inauguration.
And here's the kicker. All this chaos, it's not just annoying for Trump, it's actually messing up his ability to, defend himself. Every time a new lawyer comes in, they have to start from scratch. It's like trying to build a house, but every time you lay a brick, someone comes along and knocks it down. No wonder Trump's always yelling about witch hunts. He can't keep a lawyer around long enough to figure out what's actually going on. Alright folks, let's talk about William McGinley, the lawyer who thought he'd hit the jackpot with Trump. Spoiler alert, he didn't. This guy was supposed to be the big cheese lawyer for Trump's Digital Operations Agency. Sounds fancy, right? Well, it was about as fancy as a gas station sushi roll.
He quit, he resigned, he left, and he said, I'll make some announcements about what I'm doing in the private sector soon.
Create havoc. These are bad people. I know everything they're doing. I know every move they make. I get it. It's tougher. I think it's probably, in many ways, it's tougher on my family than it is in me.
3 days in, McGinley was like, nope, I'm out. It's like he ordered Trump's presidency on Wish.com and got a refund before the knockoff even arrived. Picture this. McGinley walks into Trump's office, sees the circus, and probably thinks, I didn't sign up for this clown show. And can you blame him? Working for Trump seems about as relaxing as trying to give a cat a bath while wearing a suit made of catnip. But here's the million-dollar question. Why did McGinley really leave? Well, turns out working for Trump is like trying to herd cats. If the cats were on fire and the ground was made of lava.
So he lasted, what, 3 days, maybe? Now, I just want you to think about this. This is not normal.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're gonna have to get a change.
McGinley, being a big shot lawyer from fancy law firms, probably wasn't used to the chaos that comes with Trump's team. It's like going from a 5-star restaurant to a food fight at a kindergarten birthday party. When McGinley left, he tried to play it cool. He was all, I'll make some announcements about what I'm doing in the private sector soon, but I'm not dealing with this. Translation, I'd rather work at the DMV than spend another minute in this nut house. Now, let's talk about this digital operations agency that McGinley was supposed to lead.
If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these.
Yeah.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Really a agency, although Donald Trump's trying to rebrand some existing digital administrative thing as Doge. I know he's trying to do that, but
It was Trump's attempt to make his administrative functions sound all high-tech and cool, but it was about as stable as a Jenga tower in a windstorm. Leadership there was changing faster than Trump's Twitter password. Poor McGinley probably felt like he'd stepped into an episode of The Office, but instead of Jim pranking Dwight, it was just Trump tweeting nonsense at 3 a.m. His fancy law firm experience didn't prepare him for the Trump tornado. It's like training to be a lifeguard and then being thrown into a shark tank. Some smart people who watch this stuff for a living said McGinley probably felt as comfortable in Trump's team as a vegetarian at a BBQ contest. His big law firm background was about as useful there as a chocolate teapot.
The witnesses that were on our side, they were literally crucified by this man who looks like an angel, but he's really a devil. He looks so nice and soft.
Biden picked people who would last and then they behaved normally. But all you have to do is go back through Donald Trump's various failed businesses, his current failed businesses.
Folks, it looks like Trump's legal troubles are piling up faster than his old fast food wrappers. With some serious federal indictments coming his way, he needs a solid legal team. But here's the kicker. His lawyers are running for the hills faster than you can say, "You're fired." It's like Trump's trying to build a sandcastle during high tide. Every time he gets a new lawyer, they vanish quicker than his hair in a strong wind. As one clever person put it, real leaders wouldn't let this happen. Ouch, that's gotta sting more than his spray tan.
He just tap dances.
Can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece?
His moral character is so low. Yes, he's a felon. He's a sexual assaulter. The worst of the worst. But he sucks as a business person. He's the worst. He can't lead things.
So what's next for the orange turd? Will he find a lawyer who can stick around longer than a reality TV contestant? Or will he end up defending himself with nothing but his Twitter account and a bag of hamburgers? Stay tuned, folks. This legal drama is more unpredictable than Trump's next toupee color.